So when it comes to the next level, the reason why in majority of cases it doesn't even materialize is because we are not clear about what exactly it should look like, and our decisions go astray.
Coming from Hyderabad, very intelligent young man, actually he's not young anymore, has worked around the world, including being an engineer for Rio Tinto in Australia, now works as a psychologist and is one of our great facilitators. Please welcome to the stage, Karthik Madugila. There you go.
Thank you so much, Craig. So I'm here to talk about the next level. How many of us in the room want to go to the next level in our lives? It could be health, relationships, your income, or your organization's growth, or anything for that matter. We all want to go to the next level. Every single day, perhaps that's what we think about. Aage aur kya karna hai? How do I improve? How do I get better? And everything of that sort. But it is not as simple as we think generally. We think a lot, but very little happens. Yes? We make a lot of plans, but sometimes they just remain New Year resolutions and do not actually materialize. So what if there was a structured way as to how we can achieve this next level? What is the right mindset we should go with so that we can ascend that height? That's what I want to unpack today. So before I do that, please use your notes and write down what is the area in which you want to go to the next level in your life. Is it your business? Is it your career? Do you want to climb leadership ladder? Do you want the next level in your health, in your relationships, in your money? What are the areas in which you want the next level? So when it comes to the next level, the reason why in majority of cases it doesn't even materialize is because we are not clear about what exactly it should look like. And our decisions go astray. For example, if we look at something like a transition between a reckless, ruthless leader to a relentless leader, that is a simple clarity. You're very easily able to say that this is what I want to go, this is what I want to become. But how do you define the steps? How do you actually make it happen? Okay? So I want to give you a quick example on how one company lost out by not being clear on what they're supposed to do. Okay? And I bring to you Nokia. They believed phones must have a keypad. Okay? So they were serving themselves, their own ideas on what they believe. But what you actually need to be very clear is freedom from yourself. And in an organizational context, that will be freedom from what you already believe, what notions you already hold. So they served the notion that a phone must have a keypad, but they didn't define a phone as something that sits in someone's pocket and it should be as useful as possible. If they defined the phone like that, they would have come up with this. Much more useful than a keypad. So they were stuck with their own beliefs. So if you want to be clear in life, the one question you have to ask yourself whenever you are making any big or small decisions, am I making this decision to serve myself? Or am I making this decision to serve my stakeholders? Who am I serving? Am I being free from myself? To be very clear on what should be the path. Sometimes that clarity is hard, like in relentless, reckless and ruthless. It's very clear there. But a decision like a keypad versus a screen phone changed the entire course of an industry. But when they were making that decision, they didn't think it was a big decision. They didn't know that it was going to become a big flop. So whenever you're making decisions, especially the small ones, please be very clear on whether you're serving yourself or whether you're serving your stakeholders. Now we get to this clarity. We are clear. Even though we are clear, still things do not happen. So some people know exactly what to do, but they never do it. Happens? Yes? We know, we define everything, we write charts, we write goals, we write everything. Everything is clear in front of us, but we still don't do. So what's that missing piece? I'm a counselor, right? I'm a psychologist. So I was spending time with a 19-year-old boy. And he was telling me, Karthik, I know exactly what to do, but I never do it. And then I asked him just one question. If your mother were to be admitted in a hospital for a grave illness which requires a lot of funds, and you didn't have the money, would you not get out on the streets, beg, borrow, even steal, to make sure that the treatment happens? Yes, we will all do that. The reason is because we have a connection. We have connection with what we are trying to do. Sometimes we define our goals, but we don't make enough effort to connect with them, to build a relationship with these goals. And when we don't build that relationship, although we may want to make things happen, we don't generally end up making them happen. And the best relationship you can have with your goals is to surrender. You know, in Amazon, day zero is a concept. Their entire mentality runs with day zero concept. So they are always trying to build Amazon from scratch in a way. 20 years on, still they think day zero. So they've created this one idea, and as an entire organization, they've surrendered to this one idea. Everyone in this organization is connected to this one idea. There is regular sermons, there is regular meetings, there is regular talk about day zero. So if we are clear and if we are not regularly connecting with that clarity through audio tapes, video tapes, lectures, seminars, trainings, we may know it, but we will not know it. So the second thing is to connect. If we don't connect, it will not happen. And the third most important thing is to correct. So I have the clarity, and I also make sure that I connect. So I have all the motivation in the world. But still, it happens sometimes and it doesn't happen other times. There is no consistency. That's because we are not correcting our habits. We are not correcting our habits, our internal core. Whether you have the clarity and connection, but you don't correct the being. And in the case of an organization, it will be culture. As Vanita rightly pointed out, culture will eat strategy for lunch. Okay? So if you are trying to bring a big change in an organization, are you evolving the culture? Are you correcting the culture? Yes, you got the clarity, you are making people correct, you are making people connect, but are we evolving the culture in the organization? Like a ship, if you would imagine, you're clear about the direction in which you want to go, but the rudder has to move. If just the wheel moves, nothing happens. So between this wheel, the sailorman's wheel, and the rudder, there is a lot of machinery, internal and invisible. That's culture in an organization. If that doesn't change, you will not eventually move the rudders. So changing that culture or evolving that culture is very, very important. So we clear, we connect, and then we correct. And if we do all these three things right, the result will be that you will co-create. You will co-create with this world. You will co-create with the employees in your organization. You will co-create with your partners. You will co-create with your stakeholders. And you will win the game of next level. So make sure that you're clear and you connect, you correct, and thus you co-create. Thank you so much.